A rainy night, an empty road outside the city. A man in a pickup truck stops when he sees flickering police lights ahead. He steps out and freezes. A female officer lies motionless beside her crashed patrol car. Blood everywhere. She whispers weakly, "Back up. They're not coming." He immediately rips off his jacket, cuts her seatbelt with a knife, and presses hard on the wound. As she starts to fade, he says calmly, "Stay with me. I've seen worse. You're not dying tonight." 1 hour later, hospital room. The police captain stares at her perfectly stitched wound, hands trembling. Who the hell did this? That's military precision. Jack Rowan, 40 years old, single father. He wakes up at 5:30 every morning in a small house on the edge of town, the kind of place where neighbors wave but don't ask questions. In the kitchen, he packs lunch for his daughter, Ella. She's 10, bright eyes, always asks why he has scars on his hands. He never tells her the truth. The truth is complicated. Jack Rowan used to be someone else, a combat medic in special forces, the kind of soldier they sent when things went wrong, in places that didn't exist on any map. He saved lives under fire, stitched wounds in the dark, kept men breathing when death was already reaching for them. But that was before the explosion that killed his wife Sarah during a routine traffic stop 5 years ago. Before he realized that the drug cartel operating in their county was the same one he'd encountered overseas. Before he walked away from everything. Now he drives a delivery truck, hauls supplies to rural stores, lives quietly, raises Ella alone. On his wrist, he wears a black rubber bracelet, faded letters carved into it. Never leave a fallen. It's 11 p.m. when Jack finishes his last delivery run. Rain hammers the windshield. The road through the forest is empty, dark. Most people avoid this route at night. Jack doesn't mind the silence. Then he sees it. Flashing lights, red and blue, barely visible through the rain. A patrol car, overturned, smoke rising from the hood. Jack slows down. Every instinct tells him to call 911 and keep driving. Don't get involved. You're not that person anymore. But he stops. He always stops. Jack grabs a flashlight and steps into the rain. The wreckage is worse up close. The car flipped twice at least, broken glass everywhere. The driver's door crushed. Inside, slumped against the steering wheel, is a young woman. Police uniform. Badge reflects his flashlight. Officer Sarah Miles. She's 29. Been on the force 18 months. Tonight she was following a lead on the cartel. Alone. Big mistake. Her eyes flutter open. Blood runs down her face. Her vest is torn. A deep laceration across her abdomen. She tries to speak. Barely a whisper. Back up. Called them. 20 minutes ago. Jack checks her pulse. Weak. Breathing shallow. She's losing blood fast. He pulls out his phone. No signal. The forest blocks everything. Sarah grabs his arm. Her grip surprisingly strong. If you run, they'll find you too. They're watching. Jack looks at her. Really looks at her. He sees the fear, the pain, the resignation. He sees his wife. Not the same face, but the same uniform, the same situation, the same chances slipping away. He takes a breath and says, "Then I guess we both fight." Jack runs back to his truck. In the back, hidden under a tarp, is an old medical kit, military grade. He kept it. Don't know why. Maybe for this moment. He returns to the car. Sarah's eyes are closing. "Hey, stay with me. What's your name?" "Sarah." "Okay, Sarah, I'm Jack. I'm going to get you out of here. But you need to stay awake. Talk to me. Tell me why you became a cop." She tries to smile through the pain. "Wanted to make a difference." "Good reason." Jack assesses the damage. The wound needs immediate pressure. The car could explode any second. Gasoline smell thick in the air. He makes a decision. Time to be that person again. Jack works fast. First, he cuts Sarah's seatbelt with his tactical knife. The blade is old but sharp. Muscle memory takes over. His hands don't shake. Sarah groans as he shifts her weight. The wound is worse than he thought. Deep puncture. possibly internal bleeding. This is going to hurt, he says. Everything already hurts. Fair point. From his medical kit, he pulls out hemostatic gauze, a trauma bandage, and surgical clamps. Tools he hasn't touched in years. They feel familiar in his hands. He packs the wound. Sarah screams. He doesn't stop. Can't stop. If he stops, she dies. Talk to me, Sarah. Who did this to you? Through gritted teeth. Was following a suspect. Cartel spaz. Connection. They ran me off the road. Jack's jaw tightens. The cartel. Always the cartel. How many? 2 vehicles. Maybe 6 men. They left me here. They think you're already dead. Let's keep it that way. He wraps the trauma bandage tight. Field dressing. Field. Not pretty, but effective. The bleeding slows. Sarah's breathing stabilizes slightly, but they're not safe yet. The gas smell is stronger now. The car is leaking fuel. One spark and they're both gone. Can you move? Jack asks. I don't know. You're going to have to try. On 3. 1, 2, 3. He lifts her. She's light. Too light. The adrenaline helps. He carries her away from the wreck. 20 feet. 30. 50. Behind them, the patrol car's engine sparks. Get down! Jack throws himself over Sarah as the car explodes. The fireball lights up the forest. Heat washes over them. Metal shrapnel whistles overhead. For a moment, everything is fire and noise. Then silence. Just the rain. The crackling flames. Sarah looks up at Jack, his face lit by the burning wreckage. You're insane. I get that a lot. He checks her wound again, still holding. Good. He pulls out his phone. Still no signal. They're too deep in the forest. We need to get you to the road. Ambulance won't find us here. I can't walk. I know. I'll carry you. Jack lifts her again. Fireman's carry. She's dead weight now. Shock setting in. He needs to move fast. The road is half a mile away. Uphill. In the rain. With a dying woman on his shoulders. Jack has done worse. He starts walking. Every step is agony. Not for him. For her. Each movement jostles the wound. Sarah whimpers but doesn't complain. Tell me about your daughter, she says weakly. What? Your jacket has a drawing in the pocket from Ella. Jack almost smiles. Of course she noticed, even half dead, still a cop. She's 10, smart, too smart. Keeps asking why I won't teach her how to stitch. Why won't you? Because I don't want her to need that skill. Sarah goes quiet for a moment, then, your wife, was she a cop? Jack's step falters, just for a second. How did you know? The way you looked at me, like you've seen this before? She was, died 5 years ago. Same kind of setup, cartel ambush. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, just stay alive. That's all I ask. They reach the road. Jack lays Sarah down gently. He flags down a passing truck. The driver takes one look and calls 911. 15 minutes later. Sirens, flashing lights, an ambulance and 3 police cars. Paramedics rush to Sarah. They cut open her uniform. See the wound. See the field dressing. One of them, a veteran EMT named Rodriguez, stares at the stitching. Who did this? The other paramedic shakes his head. This is military-grade trauma care. Whoever did this saved her life. She'd have bled out in 10 minutes without it. Police officers surround Jack. Questions fly. What's your name? Jack Rowan. Did you see who did this? No, I just found her. You a doctor? No. Then how the hell did you? I used to be a medic. Long time ago. The police captain arrives. Captain Marcus Stone, 30-year veteran. He looks at Sarah being loaded into the ambulance, then at Jack, then at the exploded patrol car in the distance. You carried her half a mile? More or less. Through a potential crime scene? She was dying. Didn't have time to worry about evidence. Captain Stone studies Jack, really studies him, sees the old scars, the calm demeanor, the way he stands like someone who's been in combat. What's your full name? Jack Rowan. You military? Jack hesitates. Then, was, not anymore. What branch? Does it matter? It does to me. Jack meets his eyes. Special Forces, combat medic, honorably discharged 5 years ago. Captain Stone nods slowly, like pieces are clicking together. We're going to need a statement. Tomorrow. Right now I need to get home to my daughter. Jack turns to leave. Captain Stone calls after him. Mr. Rowan, thank you. You saved one of ours tonight. Jack pauses. Doesn't turn around. Just did what anyone should do. He walks to his truck. As he opens the door, he notices something on his wrist. The bracelet is gone. Must have fallen off during the rescue. He looks back at the ambulance. Sarah is being loaded inside. She's conscious, looking at him. Their eyes meet across the distance. She raises one hand weakly. Wrapped around her wrist is his black bracelet. Never leave a fallen. Jack nods once, then drives away into the night. 3 days later, Sarah Miles wakes up in County General Hospital. White walls, beeping machines, pain medication coursing through her veins. Captain Stone sits beside her bed, his face serious. How are you feeling? Sarah tries to sit up, winces. Like I got hit by a truck. What happened to the case? Forget the case. Tell me about the man who saved you. Sarah closes her eyes, remembering. Tall, maybe 6'2", dark hair with some gray, 40s, calm under pressure, really calm, like he'd done it 1,000 times. What did he say to you? That I wasn't dying tonight, that he'd seen worse. She pauses. Captain, whoever he was, he knew exactly what he was doing. Military trauma care, perfect field stitching. He carried me half a mile through the rain. Captain Stone pulls out a tablet, shows her a photo. Is this him? Sarah stares at the screen. Jack Rowan, driver's license photo. Yes, that's him. Who is he? That's what we're trying to figure out. The investigation moves fast. Detective Maria Reeves traces the truck registration, finds Jack's address. Small house, quiet neighborhood, nothing suspicious. She runs his background. What she finds makes her call Captain Stone immediately. Captain, you need to see this. They gather in the conference room. Jack's military record displays on the screen. Most of it is redacted. Black bars everywhere. Classified missions. But some details remain. Jack Rowan, Special Forces, combat medic, deployed 7 times to classified locations. Silver Star recipient, expert in tactical medicine and emergency trauma care. Honorably discharged 5 years ago after his wife was killed. Captain Stone reads the name of Jack's deceased wife, Sarah Rowan, patrol officer. Killed during a drug interdiction that went wrong. Detective Reeves pulls up the case file. The suspects were never caught, but intelligence suggested cartel involvement. The same cartel operating in their county right now. Jesus, Captain Stone whispers. He's been hunting them. Or avoiding them, Reeves counters. He left the service, became a civilian. If he wanted revenge, he would have taken it by now. Maybe he's waiting for the right moment. 2 detectives drive to Jack's house, morning. 8 a.m. Jack is in the kitchen making pancakes. Ella sits at the table doing homework. Normal, peaceful. The doorbell rings. Jack knows who it is before he opens the door. He saw the unmarked car pull up. Mr. Rowan? That's me. I'm Detective Reeves. This is Detective Park. We'd like to ask you some questions about the incident 3 nights ago. I already gave a statement. We have some follow-up questions. May we come in? Jack glances back at Ella. She's watching, curious. Give me a minute. He walks back to the kitchen, kneels beside Ella. Honey, I need to talk to these people. Can you go to your room and finish your homework? Am I in trouble? No, I am. A little. But it's okay. Ella looks worried. Jack kisses her forehead. Everything's fine, I promise. She leaves. Jack lets the detectives inside. They sit in the living room. Small space, modest furniture. But Detective Reeves notices something on the wall. A shadow box. Inside, medals and ribbons. Purple heart, bronze star, and in the center, A silver star. She points. That's quite a collection. Jack doesn't look. Old life. Detective Park opens his notebook. Mr. Rowan, we've reviewed your military record. You were Special Forces, combat medic, expert in trauma care. That's not a question. Why didn't you mention that when we asked how you saved Officer Miles? You asked if I was a doctor. I said no. You asked if I was a medic. I said I used to be. Answered honestly. You were being evasive. Jack meets his eyes. I was being private. There's a difference. Captain Stone enters the house. The detectives didn't expect him. He must have been waiting outside. Mr. Rowan, we need to talk. About what? About why a decorated Special Forces medic is driving a delivery truck in the middle of nowhere. Jack stands. Is that illegal? No, but it's interesting, especially when that same medic saves a police officer investigating the same cartel that killed his wife 5 years ago. The room goes silent. Jack's expression doesn't change, but his hands tighten slightly. I don't know what you're implying. Captain Stone steps closer. I'm not implying anything. I'm stating facts. Your wife Sarah was killed by cartel members during a traffic stop. The case went cold. You left the military immediately after, moved here, stayed quiet, and now you save an officer investigating that same organization. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. Jack's voice drops. What do you want from me? Captain Stone pulls out a chair, sits down. Officer Miles is alive because of you, but she's still in danger. The cartel knows she survived. They'll come for her again. Then protect her. That's your job. We're trying, but we're outgunned. These people have military-grade weapons, tactical training. They know how we operate. We need someone who thinks like they do. Jack shakes his head. No. We need a tactical consultant, someone who understands combat medicine, ambush tactics, counterinsurgency. I said no. Why? Jack points toward the hallway where Ella disappeared. Because I have a daughter who needs a father, not a corpse. Detective Reeves speaks softly. Mr. Rowan, if we don't stop them, how many more officers die? How many more wives lose their husbands? How many more daughters lose their fathers? Jack looks at her, then at the medals on the wall. He thinks about Sarah Miles, young, brave, bleeding out in the rain. He thinks about his wife, same uniform, same commitment, same fate. He thinks about Ella. What would she want him to do? The answer comes to him clearly. She'd want him to make sure no other kid loses their parent the way she lost her mother. Jack takes a breath. I'll consult, nothing more. I don't go into the field. I don't carry a weapon. I analyze tactics and teach your people how to stay alive. That's it. Captain Stone extends his hand. Deal. They shake. Detective Reeves smiles. When can you start? Tomorrow. But we do this my way. I train your officers in tactical combat medicine. I review your operational plans. And if I say something's too dangerous, you listen. Agreed. Jack walks them to the door. As they leave, Captain Stone turns. One more thing. Officer Miles asked me to give you this. He hands Jack a small box. Inside is the black bracelet, cleaned, polished, and a note in shaky handwriting. Never leave a fallen. Thank you for not leaving me. Sarah M. Jack stares at it for a long moment. Then he puts it back on his wrist, where it belongs. 2 weeks later, Jack stands in the police training room. 15 officers watch him. Sarah Miles sits in front, still healing but determined. Captain Stone introduces, this is Jack Rowan, former Special Forces medic. He'll teach you how to survive. Jack steps forward. The first 60 seconds in a crisis determine if you live or die. I'm here to make sure you live. 3 hours of training, tourniquets, wound packing, pressure points. Jack corrects their technique. Professional, patient. After class, Sarah approaches. Thank you for everything. How's recovery? Slow but steady. She pauses. Captain told me about your wife. Did he? I'm sorry. You couldn't have known. Is that why you saved me? Jack thinks, I saved you because it was right. But yes, I saw her in you. Same uniform, same courage. Sarah's eyes water. We're closing in on the cartel, raiding their warehouse in 3 days. Captain wants you there as tactical consultant. Jack hesitates. I don't go into the field. Just observe. Your judgment could save lives. He thinks of the young officers. Good people. Inexperienced. Fine, but I stay in the command vehicle. Deal. 3 days later. Dawn. 20 officers surround a warehouse. Jack sits with Captain Stone in the mobile command center. Radio chatter everywhere. Team 1 in position. Team 2 ready. Team 3 holding. Stone looks at Jack. Advice? Jack studies the screen. Rear exit. Probably rigged to explode. Keep Team 3 back. That's where they'll run. How do you know? Because it's what I do. The raid begins. Flashbangs. Shouting. Chaos. Inside, 6 cartel members are surrounded. Outgunned. Their leader, Vargas, runs for the back door, just as Jack predicted. Team 3 waits. Freeze! Police! Vargas pulls out a detonator. Smiles. Come closer and we all die. Sarah's voice on radio. Captain, he has explosives. Jack grabs the mic. Sarah, see a wire from the detonator? Yes, red wire. Where does it connect? Pressure switch on the door frame. Jack's training kicks in. Don't let him touch that door. Building will blow. Take the shot. Silence, then Sarah steady. Copy. 1 shot. Clean. Vargas drops. Detonator falls harmlessly. Target down. Building secure. Officers emerge. All suspects arrested. 0 casualties. Stone exhales. Too close. Jack nods. Always is. Later at the debriefing, everyone's exhausted but alive. Captain Stone addresses the room. We took down a major cartel operation tonight. No officers killed or injured. That's because of preparation, training, and one man who refused to let us go in blind. He looks at Jack. Jack Rowan reminded us why we wear this badge. To protect, to serve, to never leave a fallen. Applause fills the room. Officers who doubted him now stand and salute. Respect earned. Sarah approaches with something in her hands. Jack's Silver Star medal. This belongs at the station, so everyone remembers what real courage looks like. Jack tries to refuse. I didn't do this for recognition. Sarah smiles. I know. That's exactly why you deserve it. She pins it to the wall of honor, right next to fallen officers. Jack stares at it. His old life and new purpose finally connected. Captain Stone shakes his hand. You saved my officer, then you saved my team. We owe you everything. Jack looks around the room. Young faces, grateful faces, alive faces. You don't owe me anything. Just promise me one thing. What's that? Go home safe to your families. Every single night. Stone nods. That's a promise. As Jack leaves the station, officers line up. A corridor of respect. Each one nods as he passes. Sarah walks him out. You changed everything here. You know that, right? Jack looks back at the station. Lights on. Officers inside. Safe. No, I just reminded them what they already knew. He gets in his truck and drives home. To Ella, to peace, to purpose. The hero who never wanted to be one. 1 year later, Jack stands in front of a small classroom. 20 civilians sit before him. Nurses, teachers, truck drivers, regular people who want to learn emergency medical care. The sign above the door reads, Rowan First Response Training, because everyone should know how to save a life. Ella sits in the back row, 13 now, watching her father teach. Pride in her eyes. Jack demonstrates CPR on a dummy. Most people freeze in emergencies. That's normal. But if you know what to do, you can override that fear. Muscle memory takes over. A student raises her hand. What if we make a mistake? Jack smiles. Then you make a mistake. But doing something is always better than doing nothing. I've made plenty of mistakes. People still lived. After class, Sarah Miles enters. She's not in uniform, civilian clothes. She graduated to detective last month. Hey, stranger. Jack looks up. Detective Miles, congratulations on the promotion. Thanks. Couldn't have done it without you. They walk outside. The sun is setting. Golden light across the parking lot. Sarah hands him a folder. Thought you'd want to see this. We closed your wife's case. DNA evidence finally came through. 3 arrests, all connected to the cartel. Jack opens the folder, sees the mugshots, the men who killed Sarah. He feels nothing. No anger, no satisfaction, just closure. Thank you. It doesn't bring her back. No, but it means she didn't die for nothing. They stand in comfortable silence. Then Sarah asks, "You ever think about coming back? Full-time consulting with the department?" Jack shakes his head. This is where I belong, teaching civilians, giving them skills they hopefully never need. It's quieter, simpler, less dangerous. That too. Ella walks out, sees Sarah, waves. Hi, Sarah. Hey, kiddo. Your dad teaching you all his secrets? Some. He won't teach me the really cool stuff until I'm older. Jack ruffles her hair, because the really cool stuff is also the really scary stuff. They watch Ella get in the truck. Sarah turns to Jack. You know what I realized? You never stop being a soldier. You just change your mission. Jack considers this. Maybe, or maybe I finally figured out what I was fighting for all along. What's that? Not glory, not revenge, just making sure good people get to go home to their families. Sarah nods, understands. She hugs him briefly. The world needs more people like you. The world needs more people like everyone. We all have something to give. She leaves. Jack walks to his truck. Ella is playing music, singing off key. He climbs in, starts the engine. On the dashboard, his black bracelet hangs from the mirror. The words visible, never leave a fallen. He doesn't wear it anymore, doesn't need to, because he's not leaving anyone behind. Not anymore, not ever. He drives home as the sun sets. His daughter beside him, his purpose clear, a former soldier, a single father, a teacher, a man who stopped at an accident and changed everything. Subscribe if you believe courage doesn't retire.